All right, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my plan for the future, like for the next crypto bull run. What my plan is, starting a year and a half from now, essentially. I'll tell you what I'm going to be investing in, how I'm going to invest, when I'm going to invest, in terms of crypto and Grayscale, all that kind of stuff. I'll tell you how I'm going to diversify my portfolio. I'll talk about my plan for videos. So let's do that. Let's actually talk about my plan for making videos on this channel after the bull run is over. I'll be honest with you, I'm probably gonna need a break from this channel after the bull run. I'll be honest, I think I'm gonna need a break, honestly, because it's gonna be a busy time. I mostly talk about crypto, and it's like after the crypto bull run is over, it's like, well, I won't be able to talk about crypto a whole lot, because that'll be over, and I'll probably be exhausted from everything that's going on in life, from selling crypto to just stuff going on in life and business and all that kind of stuff. So I'm probably most likely gonna take a break. Maybe it'll be a 6-month break, a 12-month break, an 18-month break, I don't know. So that's kind of the plan. What I do plan on doing though is I do plan on, and everything is subject to change, obviously. This is long range planning, right? But my plan is to at least pop back up during crypto winter and say, hey, here's what I'm going into, here's how I'm doing it, all that kind of stuff, and do at least some videos then, and then come back more full bore as we're entering the next crypto bull run. And I think it's like I want to do that to help the next generation of people who didn't get in this round of investing, to help them. Okay, it's like I want to help them. Plus, I want to be there for you guys too. If you're still following this channel, still seeing my videos, if YouTube is still showing you the notifications, I want to be there to help you guys too. And hopefully, you can chime in and help the newbies. Open their eyes and help them, guide them to making wise decisions. Also, you'll probably, even though I might not be doing videos on this channel, I'll probably still be present on Discord every once in a while. Maybe not every day, but every once in a while. So if you want to stay in touch with me, it's like Discord is probably where it's going to be. By the way, if you haven't joined Discord, click the link in the pinned comment below and join. There are about 2,000 people from all around the world. We talk about Grayscale stuff, crypto stuff, dividend stuff, growth stocks, etc. So definitely join if you want to be a part of that discussion. And I'm going to get out of the sun, actually, because this is... I love the warmth, I love the sun, but sometimes I just would prefer the shade, and I'm going to move into the shade here and just talk about some of this stuff. So why I wanted to talk about some of this stuff is that, and of course the shade is not going to be found. The shade is not going to be found. Let me just do this. Okay, we'll do that. I'm just going to walk under a tree here. So I've been asked a couple questions on Discord, and not directly, but people have asked what their, other people's opinions about investing in is for the next bull run. And people have asked on YouTube comments and all that kind of stuff. So I figured, well, I'll just shoot a video and talk about all these things at a high level right here. And again, this is like long range planning, so everything is subject to change, right? Because we never know where things are going to go and how things might be affected and all that stuff. So long range planning right now, just here's kind of what I'm thinking. So, after this bull run, I'm going to leave a pretty good portion of my profits in a cash position so that I can get into crypto again in the bear market, in crypto winter, when prices are really low and depressed. And typically, it's like what I've seen is like, well, it's usually about a year after the bull run is over, is that's when you get the best prices. Not a guarantee that that's how it's going to repeat this time, but that's what I've seen, is that's typically when you get the best prices. So that's my plan. About a year after the bull run is over is when I will start getting into the Grayscale trust again. Now, what trust am I going to go into? I'm going to definitely be putting money into the LTCN, BCHG, and GXLM trust for sure. Even though there's a risk that, and I think it's a pretty good risk, even though there's a risk that those trusts get converted to ETFs, before the bull run happens. And that's okay with me, so long as, and this is important, so long as I buy into the trust when there's a discount on the trust. I don't want to buy in when there's a premium, because if and when these things are converted to an ETF, basically the price goes back to NAV. So if I'm buying at a discount, I'll actually get a return. Like if I'm buying at a 50% discount and then it goes up to NAV price, well, it's like I'll double my money from what I put in, what I bought in at. If I'm buying in at a 2x premium and it goes back to NAV, well, then I lose half of my investment. So I only want to buy into those trusts if they're at a discount. So that's my plan with that. And I'll be fine if they get converted to ETFs. I would prefer if they didn't. But if they did, at least I'd be able to get the gains that come from native Litecoin, native Bitcoin Cash, and native XLM. And I'm okay with that. But I would prefer that they would stay trusts, because we would be able to still see the premium plays that we saw last bull run and this bull run, that we will see this bull run. So I'd like that, but I can't guarantee it. I will also go into the other trusts that Grayscale has. I'm going to get into a lot of the trusts like Solana, the GSAL trust, like a crypto investor from Discord. Shout out to him. Like one of the things that he said recently was like that he thinks that Solana could really pump next bull run, and it might even really pump this bull run too. I mean, we're going to find out. We're going to see. But I think he's right. I think that could be a really good investment. So we're going to try that. I want to get in there. I want to put some money into the GSAL trust when prices are low, because like I did a video on this a while back where I talked about the GSAL trust and how it's done like a 6 or a 9x in the past like 12 months. It's crazy. I wish I would have put some money in there 6 to 9 months ago. So anyway, a really nice return. And that's where you want to get in. Like you want to get in at the rock bottom prices. That way you get the best absolute returns for things. And that's what I want to do. I will also, like, let's say some other cryptos like Doge or Shiba get an ETF. They don't get a trust from Grayscale, but they get an ETF. I'm going to go into those, right? Because they'll probably moon. They'll probably do really well. So I'll go into those if they're available. I probably won't go any more into native crypto. I've got native crypto. That's a long-term hold. I didn't sell any last bull run. Not going to sell any this bull run. I'm just going to keep it for a long-term hold and just use the Grayscale trust to basically enhance my wealth for, I guess, the short-term or immediate term. So that's the plan with that. So that's kind of my plan with that. So those are the trusts I'm going to go into. I'm going to go into like all the trusts basically, like I said, that Grayscale has, like HZen, ZCSH, ETCG, all that stuff at rock bottom prices in the bear market in crypto winter. Like that's where I'm going to buy in and hopefully finish my buying then. So I'm not buying any later. So I maximize my return. And that's the goal of everybody, right? That's the goal of everybody, that we should try to maximize our return. Buy at the best possible prices. So my advice to you, if you want the best possible prices next bull run, well, save some of your cash and invest it wisely during the crypto winter, when prices are depressed, when everybody's forgotten about crypto, they're depressed about crypto, how it crashed. That's when you want to buy. Buy when there is fear in the streets. Buy when there's blood in the streets. That's when you want to get in there, because that allows you to maximize your gains. So it's like that's what we want to do. That should be our plan, right? That should be all of our plans to do that kind of stuff. So, but just in case I get hit by a bus, something happens to me, I figured, well, I'll share some of this information, some of my plans. You can use this stuff for yourself if you want. If you don't, that's fine. That's cool, whatever. Okay, so let me talk. I talk about my plans for doing videos, i.e. taking a break from videos for a while after the bull run is over. I talked about what I'm going to be investing in terms of crypto and Grayscale in the next bull run. And the other thing that I'll talk about is high level, some of the things that I'll be doing to diversify my portfolio, my winnings, my profits from this crypto bull run once this bull run is over. Okay, so high level, I'm going to go into a couple different asset types, asset classes. All right. So I'm going to go into index funds that track the S&P 500 or the total market, etc., like VU or VGT or other index funds that are out there. I'm going to go into those. I'll go into some growth stocks. Like I like Apple, I like Microsoft, etc. I'll go into some of those. I'll go into some dividend stocks that are lower yielding because I think they're safer. I think, they're not as sexy as the high yield dividend ETFs, but you know, they're also, I would like to go into high yield dividend ETFs, but honestly, I'm going to evaluate them, and I'll have 12 months plus from here to evaluate them and see how they're performing, look at NAV erosion issues, because the problem with a lot of these high yield ETFs is we have real NAV erosion issues. This is why I sold my Defiance ETFs, because I did a calculation. I'm like, okay, well, the dividends that I'm receiving after taxes do not make up for the NAV erosion that's happening. And it's like, basically, I'm not making any money. The only people making money are Defiance and the tax man. And that doesn't work for me. Like, I'm not gonna play that game. I'm not gonna do it. So I'm gonna be watching and seeing how things perform over the next 12 to 18 months before I get into any high yielding ETFs. And if there's some that are available, I'll get into them. Otherwise, I'm sticking with the lower yielders and the index funds and the growth stocks and all that kind of stuff to build my wealth. That's kind of my strategy between crypto bull runs. And next, I mentioned this too in an earlier video that I did, I am not going to put in 90% of my portfolio into crypto, into Grayscale next bull run. I'm not going to do it. There's no need to do it. But I'll probably do 10% or maybe 20%. I'll have to see what things look like after this bull run is over, what my goals are, what I want to achieve, and the returns I think I could get, and all that kind of stuff. But probably 10 to 20% of my profits from this bull run are going to be reserved for getting into the next cycle. And like I said, I'm going to go in the depths of crypto winter where prices are depressed to get the best possible prices, lowest possible prices, so that I can have maximum gain next time around. Now, I did some of this investing for this cycle, but I didn't do all of my crypto investing in the depths of crypto winter. Like, I've just been doing some LTCN investments, and it's like, you know, my earliest investments in LTCN are like 1/5 of the price or 1/4 of the price that I'm having to pay right now. So I'm gonna do things differently and do things better next bull run, and basically get all in, finish my investing in the depths of crypto winter. So I'm not, 9-12 months before the bull run, I'm not adding to my bags. Like, I don't want to do that. I want my bags to be packed well in advance of the bull run. So that's my plan. That's how I'm gonna do it. And again, as I said, just to recap, like, I am going to go into LTCN and BCHG and GXLM, even if there is a risk, and probably a good risk, a high chance that these will be converted to ETFs before the next bull runs. And I'll invest in them so long as I'm investing into them at a discount, right? I don't want to invest into them if there's a premium on the fund, because it means if they're converted to ETFs, I get screwed. Like, I'll lose money. And that's not how I want to play this wealth building game. I don't want to lose money like that. So I'm only going to go on there if there's a discount. So watch, if you're getting in during the bear market, calculate the premiums yourself or watch videos from me. And if you haven't seen this before and you want to calculate the premiums, there's a spreadsheet that I put in Discord in the files channel where you can calculate the premiums on different funds, on different trusts yourself. So it's pretty easy to do. So do this during the depths of crypto winter. Pay attention to what the hell is happening, because you want to get the best possible returns for your money next go around. And it's tough. Like, it is a tough wait. It's a tough slog. Like, when you invest, like, say a year after, like, say you're investing a year after the crash, after the bull run ends, right? And that's when you really get in. Like, that's when you really get in. Okay, so at that point, from that point, you've got a long ways to wait. It sucks. I mean, you got like 2.5 years to wait for the bull run. That's a long time, honestly, and it's kind of depressing to just kind of feel like you've made an investment that you aren't seeing an immediate return on, especially when there are sexy things out there in the investing world, like high yield dividend ETFs or even low yielding dividend ETFs that pay you something every single month. And you have to wait, for 2.5 years from that point to basically see a return in your profit. But that's what it takes if you want maximum returns. And that's my goal for next run. It's like, okay, every time you go through a crypto bull run, you should get better. You should learn something Like learn how to be a better seller, how to sell your stuff and how to take a profit. Learn how to be a better buyer. Learn when the best time is to buy, how to DCA in, right? You gotta do that. You gotta do that work. It's really important. By the way, on Discord, there is a channel called 2028 Planning, where myself and others, we share information about what our plans are for the next crypto bull run. So you might want to join Discord if you haven't already joined Discord. It's good to share your opinion, good to get ideas and all that kind of stuff from other people. So definitely check that out. And like I said, if you haven't joined Discord, join it by clicking the link in the pinned comment below, and you can get there. And I'll be talking more about like how I'm going to diversify my portfolio as we get closer to the bull run, because I've got what remains of my portfolio that is not Grayscale. I've got some index funds like VU, VGT. I've got some growth stocks like Apple and Microsoft, and stuff like that. And it's like I'm just kind of, testing the water, seeing how things perform, if I like them or not, because I want to build these positions to much bigger positions after the bull run is over, putting a good portion of my profits into those assets that are more quote unquote safe. They're also a lot more boring, but they're also a lot safer, in many respects, at least according to a lot of people. So it's like, so I'm going to do that. And I'll just be sharing some of that stuff as I go along. As I make decisions, I'll kind of share what I'm getting into and what I'm doing. But again, just to recap too, before I end this, my plan at this point is to take a break from YouTube videos after the bull run is over. For 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, I don't know. I don't know how long. Honestly, I think it's gonna be a really busy time with a lot of things in life for the next like 18 months. I think it's gonna be a little intense, I can tell you. So with different things that are going on. So I'm gonna take a break for a while, but I will reappear because I wanna help people. I wanna help you guys. Like if you have questions about things about what you wanna invest in for the next bull run, I wanna help you, and I wanna help a whole new crew of people that hopefully we can attract for the next bull run. And I'd love for you guys, if you're on Discord especially, to help guide them, help give them advice and all that kind of stuff. It's our next gen of investors in Grayscale and crypto. Whether people are in Grayscale trusts or ETFs or native crypto, I would definitely like it if you guys helped the next gen that will be starting for the next bull run. So we got to start helping out the next crew, because a lot of people I think are going to see what the Grayscale trust and what native cryptocurrency can do this bull run, and there are going to be a lot of people with regrets, for not being a participant this time around, but they're going to be interested in getting involved in the next round, and I want us to help them. I always think that once you receive help, one of the best things you can do is to give help and help other people and help them improve their lives. And that's one of the things, for me, it's I've been super fortunate in life, and I just want to share what I know in the hopes that it helps other people, improve their life. And that's ultimately what we should all be doing. I think it's one of the greatest gifts that you can give, because I've said this before, and this video is running along, and kudos to you if you're still watching, but I've said this before: money doesn't make you happy, but money gives you freedom. Money gives you freedom, and freedom allows you the ability to find your happiness, okay? And money does give you happiness. If you have no money, you can be quite unhappy. So we got to be real about that. But also we need to be real, money and happiness, it doesn't scale equally, right? Just because you have $1 billion does not mean you're 1,000,000 times happier than somebody with $1,000. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. But it can contribute to your happiness in a big way. But the biggest thing it can give you is freedom and choice and all that kind of stuff. And that's what I want to give a lot of people. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys take care. See you soon.